Hello and welcome to the Home and Learn video course for VisualBasic.net. I'm Kenny Carney, and in the previous lesson we were doing subs. You wrote your own private subroutines. Why have I got that there? Let's delete it. Do you like the difference there? Sub does not return a value. You learned about parameters and functions. We're going to do these now. They return a value. So what we'll do, we'll add a function here, and we've got to add two numbers there. This time we'll return a value. So we'll add two numbers again, but we'll return the answer. So to set up a function, you just need private again, private. This time function, private function, that one. And again, you need to come up with a name. We've already got an add two numbers. We'll add more numbers, we'll call it that. And for a function, it's just like a sub. You can leave the brackets empty, so you don't need to pass anything over to it, or you could add some parameters. For parameters, you can add just the one parameter, or two or three. You can add as many as you like. So you don't need either two parameters that we did last time. You can have as many parameters as your code needs. We'll do those two again though. So I'll do first num. Again, you need the type. So have integer, where's it gone? Integer and a comma. I'm going to have a second one. First num, second num. Okay, that's an integer. But for the function, what you also need is a return value as well, like a type. We can have as integer, or you could have a string if you need to return a string, or a boolean value, or whatever you need to return from your function. It goes as integer, as string. So just like a variable in that sense. So you press your enter key, you should get a private function. We get some more space. It's a little bit squashed. Let's have a look. Yes, there you go. Add more numbers is the name of the function, and it has as integer, and we're handing it two parameters, two arguments if you like. You'll notice that they've got a green underlined. Function add more numbers doesn't return a value on all code paths. Are you missing a return statement? And that's the point of it. A function, they need to return a value. Let me do that code again. I will do dim answer as integer, and I can do answer equals first num plus second number. So that's just exactly the same as for subroutines. Right, we're passing in the value here, first num, and it'll end up here, second num, and that will end up here. It adds two numbers and puts it in answer. For these functions, they need to return a value. You can do it like this, like the word return, and then answer. That's what you want to return from the function, right? You can also do it like this. You can put the name of your function, add more numbers. So that's just like a variable if you like. So I can put add more numbers, and then that could equal answer. So I'm assigning the value answer to add more numbers. So add more numbers because it's an integer right at the end. There. Add more numbers has to accept an integer, which is what answer is. Answer there is integer. I like to put a return whenever I can. That's what you're returning from the function. An integer which matches that one at the end. Matches that one. So let's have to use the function. Let me add another button. Could reuse some of those buttons, but I'll just put default button. Right, so to return a value, let me start with, I'll put result. Result is integer. So the result is a variable. We're assigning something to result, and we're assigning that function wherever we get back. So you need that one on the right hand side. The name of the function goes on the right hand side of an equal sign. My numbers. Type your round brackets. As you can see, it takes first num, so you've got to have these values, and second num, so you can hard code some numbers in here if you like 20 or 30. Or again, those two numbers can come from variables if you like. You don't have to hard code anything. Right, so it'll pass 20 and it'll pass 30 over to here. The 20 will go in here and the 30 will go in here, the second number. And it will calculate the answer, it will return the answer. So add more numbers will be the answer. And then it will store the answer in here, in the result to the left of the equal sign. And you could do something with this one. Suppose you want the result to see what it is. If result maybe is greater than say 50, then you can do something else. So another message box. Show me one. Another message box. Maybe lost. Exclamation mark. That's going to be exactly 50, isn't it? Let me put that on as 30. Wait, test that one out. Dog. And what was it? It was number 4, wasn't it? You won. There we go. So we've got the answer back from here. Get rid of that altogether. Right, so I hope that is perfectly clear. So there's your function add numbers, and it needs a type like as integer or as string, as boolean, like that. And between the round brackets, you can have it with no parameters if you like, or a single parameter, 2 parameters, 3 parameters, as many as your code needs for that one. And you need that return value. Or you could do like that, add numbers. You could have it just the name of your function, add numbers. Then you could assign a value to add numbers. And if you're using the function, you put it on the right hand side of the equal sign. It needs to go on the right hand side, and you're assigning it to something, or assigning the answer there to that. Then once you've got your result from your function, you can do whatever you want with it. There is one more thing about these that I want to show you. For subs and functions, you can add your own pop-up tooltip. Like if I were to do this one, I'd show, you'd see the tooltip there. Function displays a message box with specified text. You can add your own for these as well, for subs and functions. You do the subs one. Right, so you type 3 single quotation marks, and immediately you get that. You get the summary, that was the tooltip itself, and you get the parameter names. So it's detecting that you've got 2, one called first and one called second. And you can start to fill these ones in. It's like adds 2 numbers. Add a really rude message if you like. Let's say, what did you think it was going to do? It's really rude. Fool. Adds 2 numbers. What did you think it was going to do? Fool. So the first parameter, first number to add. In between these ones, pointy brackets, second number to add. Right, just that's the summary in. You can click here to collapse your summary if you want, if it's getting in the way. And if you were to use this now, let's put it here. And add two numbers. And there it is, there's the tooltip. Adds two numbers. What did you think it was going to do, fool? I'll put a double quote in there for some reason. Right, so if I double click on there and put my round brackets, then you'll see that first number to add. If I added 10 there, you'll immediately see second is now highlighted. And we get the second parameter, second number to add. So if you want to add your own tooltip, that's the way to do it. Can be quite helpful when you're trying to use your code further on down the line. Now we've done that. Alright. And I think that is it for this lesson. We'll continue in the next lesson.